Hi there. In this last lesson in ratio, I'm going to look at a few harder questions and then some proportion questions. So let's look at this first question here. The ratio of crows to seagulls is 3 to 7. If there are 24 crows, how many birds are there altogether? That's the new part there, the altogether part, instead of saying how many seagulls will there be. So we'll just have a wee quick look at that. So you start the same way with your wee table. You draw your wee table out with crows and seagulls. You can still put in your ratio at the top. So the crows was 3 and the seagulls were 7. And I'm looking to find out how many seagulls for 24 crows first. Then we'll come to this altogether part. So if I put my 24 crows down below, I'm trying to work out, as before in the last lesson, what do you need to multiply 3 by to get up to 24, and then you would do the same to the seagulls. So we can see that 3 times 8 makes 24, and we do the same to the other side. So the seagulls is then multiplied by 8, because if the crows are, the seagulls must be as well. And 7 times 8 is 56. Now some people might finish there and think they've answered the question, but they haven't. It says if there are 24 crows, how many birds are there altogether? So what you have to do is you have to look at the total. So I've got 24 crows and I've got 56 seagulls. So you add these two together and you're going to get 80 birds. So make sure you write the answer just underneath. There are 80 birds altogether. Look for a few questions like this in the exercise. I think 11 and 12 are like this. You add the bottom parts of your table together to get the total. Okay, now on to a different technique, which is a proportion question. It still comes under ratio heading, but it's splitting up a particular amount into a ratio. Now this can be money or can be other things. We will start with money. So imagine I had two people and I had to share £10 between the two of them. Now if it was just a 50-50 ratio or an even split, I would give each person £5, easy. But if I'm dividing it in a ratio, then if it's not an evenly split ratio, somebody's going to get more than the other person. In this case, the 3 is getting more than the 2 because the 3 is the higher part of the ratio. So the first thing you need to do is split the £10 into, and you don't divide it by 3 or 2, you have to split it into the total number of shares. Now, Bob and Cara, Bob's got 3 shares and Cara's got 2, so that's a total of 5 shares. So you need to split it into 5 parts. You add the 3 and the 2 to get £2. So what Bob's getting, he's getting 3 lots of that £2. That's 6. And Cara, she's getting 2 lots of that £2. So 2 times 2. A good way to check this, these numbers here should always add up to give the original thing you're splitting up. So we've split £10, Bob gets 6 of it and Cara get 4 of it. Okay, let's look at another example. So we're sharing £24 this time between Bob and Cara again, and we're splitting it in the ratio of 1 to 3. So the first thing you've got to do is understand what I'm dividing the 24 into, and that's the total number of shares. So the total number of shares here is 4. So you're splitting it into 4, and that gives you £6. So Bob's getting 1 lot of that £6, just 6 times 1, which is the red number up here. So that just makes £6. But Cara, she's getting 3 lots of that. So you take the £6 and you times it by 3, and that's going to give you 18. And we'll just double check that 6 plus 18 makes 24. That's perfect. Now, sometimes we see it like this. It's just a different way of writing it. We can write 1 part or 3 parts. And I'm going to do the next example using this. Some people write 1 share and 3 shares. If you're not wanting to name the people and say it's something completely different, it's not people, the part would work for any different type of example. So let's look at this one here. We're sharing £56 between Bob and Cara in a ratio of 3 to 4. So I'll split my 56 into a total of 7 shares. So 56 divided by 7 equals 8, and the 3 parts, that's this part, 3 times 8, that's 24, or 8 times 3, and then 4 parts is 4 lots of 8, or 8 times 4, which is 32. Just double check it comes to 56. Now, when you're doing exercises in the book, I would try and use the parts, 3 parts and 4 parts, or 2 parts and 1 part. Now, the questions in the book, there isn't actually a load of questions on this, so what I've done is I've given you some extra ones to do here. So what I'll do is I'll show this and I'll scroll it down. What to do is pause it, and I've got the answers underneath, so you can practice this and try the ones in the book. Okay, so I'll scroll this down, try the first 2 questions, and then try the 3rd question. So just pause it, try those questions, and here's the solutions. Okay, I'll see you in the next lesson.